we will have the release of the December edition of the Mangalore Today, which as you know, is the only English monthly in Dakshina Kannada district, which has the cover story titled Farewell to a Legend on Dr. Arunachalam Kumar. I request Dr. K.R. Shetty sir to please do the honors. I now request Dr. K.R. Shetty sir to say a few words. So if you'd like to sit down and you'd like, okay.
Friends, Professor Narendra Naik wants me to say a few words. I was very reluctant. Reason being, public speaking was never my cup of tea. More and above that, I'm getting old. And I have mild cognitive impairment, difficult to get words at times, difficult to form sentences. So, let me say a few words. I hope I'll be able to speak for a few minutes at least. Arunachalam Kumar, as you're aware, was a very bright person. People say very high IQ. It's a lot more than IQ, you know that. He had many talents. He had phenomenal memory. And he told me once that he never forgets anything that he learns once. Verbal linguistic abilities, he could speak and write well. Visual spatial talent, which is required for doing many things, including drawing and things like that. Analytical abilities, judgment, etc. And good executive functions also. All these functions are overlapping, they are not exclusive. He was a keen observer with research orientation. He had a very strong character, excellent social skills. He's very comfortable with young and old, would speak to children. Similarly, social strata, very high up, rich people, and also ordinary working class. That's very obvious the way I just said to stay with Ravi, and they're very comfortable there. That's what I understand. That's his personality. I put him as hostel warden, chief warden, when I became the principal. He was a bit reluctant to accept it. I asked why. No sir, if somebody telephones me from above and asks me to reverse my order, then I won't like it, I'll have to quit. So I said, who can do it? He said, anybody does it, you tell that you'll talk to me. Except if it is Ramdas Pai. Dr. Ramdas Pai says something, unless it is something terrible, you carry it out. But you won't do something terrible, probably tell me, not you. So that's where it was. Student affairs was very difficult those years because there was a lot of ragging and all. And he took care of it very well. He had a prodigious creative output, as you are aware. And I remember after he joined Shema, he brought out a journal. And within a short time, he got it indexed. I just couldn't believe it, he could do it. Very fast indeed. So he put me as an honorary editor, and he was editor. He never asked me that he had put my name there. And after the first issue was published, he said, sir, I put your name as honorary editor. Why did you do that? No, sir, you have no legal liability. Nobody can go after you. They can only go after me, he said. You as editor. I put your name, that's Nobody locally goes after me in the college. That's what it is. And on one occasion he called me, sir, I got very bad headache. This was about 40 years back. That time I used to stay in the old KMC houses, the quarters behind the present Kapragutta hostel. So I went and saw him and examined him. Those days we didn't have CT scan, MRI and all those things. So then I told him that as far as I can make out, you only tension headaches. So take care of it and keep calling me whenever you want. So the headache disappeared after some time completely. He was a very sensitive person in many ways. Smoking, terribly addicted to nicotine. He could never give it up. So when cancer was diagnosed, after some time I called him, how are you? He said, I'm fine, sir. So how is the smoking going on? I asked him. He said, I can't tell lie to you, sir, and smiled. He continued to smoke. At one point in time he said, sir, my door is closed in KMC, I can't go any further. I'm a professor at the department, I can't go any further. Can you find some place where I can go up, become dean or something? I talked to the NITE management, they readily accepted him and he became the dean there. Of course, his ambition was to become the vice chancellor. Once time was running out, because age, if you don't do it by about 64, 65, you can't be a dean after that. So around that time, I happened to chair one of the election committee for selection of vice chancellor. I got 39 applications, or we invited 39 people who are deans and vice chancellor elsewhere. And I found overall, he was easily the best. No question at all. But the only thing is he didn't have enough administrative experience. When the committee met ultimately, so he says, we appreciate, he's a remarkable person, but here the administrative experience is very important. There are retired vice chancellors from other universities, DMEs, very senior people. So I said, no way. They said we should. So he could not make the cut ultimately. And the big trouble occurred with his wife. I was away, I think I was in Middle East probably. And when I came back, my wife told me that there's a call from Kumar. Then I found that he was staying in a hotel, I think he was staying in probably Taj Mahal or someplace. And I had a long chat with him, also with his wife. In the meantime, wife's brother-in-law joined us. He was a computer engineer in Bangalore with the Karnataka government, I think. We thought there was no way out. We could not patch it up. So it happened. Who is responsible for it? And it's not for me to speak about it. One of the comments often made is, did Kumar really reach his full potential? My personal opinion, not. Reason being, because of a bad undergraduate career, he got stuck here. Suppose he had a good undergraduate career, probably he would have gone elsewhere, maybe nationally, Bangalore, the Indian Institute of Science or All India Institute of Medical Sciences, or maybe he would have gone abroad, Oxford, Cambridge or Harvard, one of those universities. He would have become a world famous research professor somewhere. He had that potential. To that extent, I think his potential didn't fully. Well, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. All the best for Lakshmi and the family. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now invite our Dean, Dr. M.D. Professor, please, to say a
Our revered teachers who are here, Dr. K.R. Shetty and Dr. Sudarshan Hegde, my colleagues in the college as well as the students and the well-wishers and friends of Dr. Arunachalam Kumar and those who have come from far and wide. I think the people who have come from many continents today, I can make out Dr. Balnath Bhandari has come from US all the way. Am I right, Balnath? Yes. So that's the farthest that one can think of from Mangalore as the admirer for Dr. Kumar, who has come here. On an occasion like this, I am at a loss for words to say something. As has been already stressed by Dr. K.R. Shetty, he was a person beyond comparison and definitely did not realize his full potential. I for one would think that he belongs to the league of extraordinary people like Aristotle, Socrates, Plato, not to forget more recent René Descartes. One of the things what Dr. Kumar did, he may not have gone to the Harvard or Oxford or anywhere, but he sent several students with the with the kind of inquisitive bent of mind to all these kind of places, far and wide. And that's what Descartes said, that in French, cogito ergo sum, means I think so I am. I exist because I think. Dr. Kumar strongly believed in that, and what he taught students was much more than anatomy. It is the fact that a student of any branch of medicine, or for that matter any discipline, has to start to think from the day that he starts, and that is the only way in which he will study and come up in life to solve complicated problems. So this inquisitive bent of mind which he has, as in the words of former President of India Abdul Kalam, igniting the young minds. He has ignited several minds, starting from the very first 1977 batch which came 2 weeks back for their reunion. From 1977 till 2006, the first 30 batches of KMC Mangalore, true blue KMC Mangaloreites, were trained by him. Hundreds, thousands of students were sent out of the, left the portals of the institution and went far and wide. And they all are, really grateful to the fact that it is not just anatomy that was taught, but the ability to come up with any kind of solutions for any complicated things, as in medicine or elsewhere, that one could think of. So that is the great work done by Dr. Kumar. It was beyond anatomy. And of course, when I heard the last message, what he spoke of, he really compares himself with Mahatma Gandhi, and I can justify that, because the way in which he told, that sense of humor on the almost sick bed, he knew that the end was near, but he could still compare himself, that craters of the ulcer with the craters of Yucatan in Mexican peninsula. He was comparing with that. That is beyond comparison. Anybody, not many can think of such kind of things, and leave alone express it like that when you are suffering from such a pre-terminal situation. And I think he was perfectly justified in comparing himself, like he was feeling like Mahatma Gandhi, because in Mahatma Gandhi's life also something similar happened. Of course, not that way, but something slightly similar but different. That is, when Mahatma Gandhi went for a roundtable conference to London, he was very particular. He should wear only loin clothes, nothing else. He was very particular that he should wear only loin clothes. So when he went to Buckingham Palace to seek audience with King George VI, there on the footsteps of the Buckingham Palace, the journalist asked him, "How do you feel standing like this by the side of the king?" You know what he said? "King is wearing enough for both of us, so there is no need for me to..." So I'm comparing the sense of humor which great people have under such circumstances. When press put him into adversity, or whenever they could come out with the victory. So that is what Dr. Kumar stood for. And this organization, what that also brings to my mind some kind of a thought: aid without religion. Now, Dr. Kumar was truly a secular person. He didn't believe in any partitions and compartments in life. The word religion and the word ligament have been derived from the same root, whereas the ligament binds the bones, religion is said to bind the people, but then you know what the politicians have led us to. That is, religion is used to divide the people rather than to bind the people in the present day. And if you go back 100 years, just to give you a kind of comparison, when Lokmanya Tilak made that speech, Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it, he was arrested for treason, and the lawyer that defended Lokmanya Tilak was none other than a person called Muhammad Ali Jinnah. 30 years later, religion was responsible for partition of India. So what we have to learn from history, we have to learn from Dr. Kumar also. That is, he stood for what I call as integral humanism, and where people are all equal, and it's a utopian world. Having said that, coming to the one final thought on this occasion, people like Dr. Kumar, they don't require monuments in stone. If you have to, this is my personal thinking, I am making use of this forum to express my thoughts. If somebody wants to perpetuate the memory of Dr. Kumar, every year on his birthday, one great speaker who need not be an anatomist, he was more than an anatomist. One great speaker who is I would say creative journalist should be called, and every year on his birthday, one Dr. Arunachal Kumar Memorial Oration should be instituted. And if that is done from Kasturba Medical College, we are more than ready to offer all logistic support. And not only that, I would like to emphasize the fact that Dr. Arunachal Kumar was the only person who, as in the words of Dr. Ajay Kamath during the condolence meeting, Ajay Kamath said, the only person who headed the student council in KMC Manipal and KMC Mangalore. And therefore, on behalf of KMC Mangalore Students Council, which could not be here because of university exam and sessional exam, both things are happening, so I could not get students today. But I can commit to myself that Student Council of KMC will make it a regular annual event if this oration were to be made a reality by the friends and admirers of Dr. Arunachalam Kumar, and I am committed to it. So these are my thoughts on this occasion. Maybe that I have exceeded my time and the brief. May his soul rest in peace, though of course he didn't believe in religion. I would like to say that wherever he is, he will be very peaceful, and he will be, he will look at, KMC is forever indebted to him for having brought in a culture of research in this college when there was none. Research was unheard of. Research, they say, is nothing but organized curiosity and logical skepticism. And he was one person who thought that there should be observational research. That is, he should start thinking himself with the observations, and that's what he did, and he encouraged the students to do that. So these are my few words on this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.